Hello and welcome to this webinar about breaking the barriers of digital sales for manufacturing companies. I am 𝗪𝗫𝗀𝗃 and I'm sales executive at Elfsquad. And to get straight to the point, there's a clear mismatch between business-to-business buyers and business-to-business sellers in the manufacturing industry, which means the expectations of business-to-business buyers are not being met by their sellers. More importantly, sellers even have a contrasting expectation with buyers when it comes to digital selling. And this can have negative consequences for these manufacturing businesses. Today, we will talk about why this mismatch exists, what the barriers are for manufacturing companies to successfully implement a digital sales channel, and lastly, how manufacturing companies can easily break through these barriers. Before we tell you exactly why the mismatch exists and how manufacturing companies can transform this challenge into one of their most important USPs, I want to explain the terminology we use in this webinar. When I refer to the term business-to-business seller, we refer to the original equipment manufacturers. And when I refer to the business-to-business buyers, I'm not only referring to the end customers of these OEMs, but also to their resellers, agents and dealers. You're probably wondering what this mismatch is all about. We all know we live in a digital era. And when we take a look at the business-to-consumer market, then it's the norm that everything we see around us and use every day can be online found, composed, customized and be ordered. And we even expect the product to be delivered within a few working days. If we take a look at the business-to-business world, it is sometimes like going back 10 years in time. Let's demonstrate this mismatch in an example. Let's start with the seller's perspective. Manufacturing companies often sell extremely complex products with numerous variations, options and dependency between these options. To be able to showcase some of their complex products to the end customer, the manufacturing company often provide informative catalogs to their sales and dealers and make brochures available online. These brochures are often set up so technically that it is impossible for an end customer to choose the right product with the right options and right specifications from here. The only escape, or call to action, for a customer is often to fill in a customer request for quotation, in which they need to try and explain what they are looking for. Speaking of user experience. These companies do not understand that their customer is often a digital native and expects an online experience that fulfills his needs. Let's take a look at the seller's perspective, which could be, for example, a digital native farmer, of which is orientating for buying a new harvesting machine. The typical farmer of today's world is someone who is driving around and is harvesting his crops on a self-propelled harvesting machine. He maps his field using drones and uses remote monitoring of crops using sensors. During his automated drive, he just checks on his iPad to search for other solutions that could provide him with even a more efficient way of harvesting. He orientates himself already online, is carefully watching the innovative trends of all the different manufacturers, and is reviewing these machines on YouTube. And after the online orientation, he knows exactly what type of machine, which options he needs. The only thing he wants from a manufacturing company and from sales is possibly to ask some specific questions to confirm his choice, or to go to the local dealer to experience his specific machine. And if that's not the case, he just prefers to order it online. If you recognize parts in this situation, you probably know the importance of digital selling and the ability to offer a digital customer a fitting online experience. Or you may have experienced it firsthand in your own manufacturing company. If so, follow his biggest driving forces of implementing digital sales strategies identified by Gartner won't sound unfamiliar to you. To streamline their sales processes, to meet customer needs for digital sales, and to increase the accessibility of product offering and increase new sales also beyond the current geographical market. You would say that these forces should drive sellers to go all out to set up digital sales channels, because missing the boat of a digital selling will destroy competitive advantage, right? The weird thing is that 85% of sellers have a digital sales strategies in their strategy portfolio. But as it turns out, they don't act on it in a way that it meets their buyers' expectations. Sellers are expecting and predicting that digital sales will take off. But in reality, buyers are already searching online to compare business-to-business solutions. Let's take a look at some statistics to back this up. A recent Gartner report on digital sales in the manufacturing industry came to the following statistics. What manufacturing companies think is that Only 66% of manufacturing companies predict their growth will come from digital sales. And only 59% of companies expect to grow outside the current market with digital sales. In reality, 41% of buyers can't find a digital sales channel to access or buy a solution. In other words, they can't purchase, request quotations, or even check and compare solutions online, even though they are ready to invest. On top of that, 52% of SMEs do not even use data to develop their digital sales channels. Again, we see the problem in the alignment between the customer demand and sales. So what is holding them back from successfully implementing a digital sales channel? Or even neglect the fact that they need a digital sales channel at all? The answer lies in the fact that sellers feel that there are high barriers between them and a digital sales channel. Let's take a look at the top 4 barriers identified by Gartner. Make sure you do not remember them. We will show you why these barriers are easily refutable. It takes longer to close the deal. Second, our customer wants physical contact. Third, a digital sales channel doesn't provide pricing negotiations. And the most important one, 43% of business-to-business sellers think that their product is too complex for digital selling. Let's briefly summarize what we discussed so far. Today, we live in a digital world where digital sales is crucial for the manufacturing industry. The majority of the manufacturing industry has therefore included a digital sales channel in their sales strategy. However, manufacturing companies face challenges in actually implementing a digital sales because of their extremely complex products. This often results in offering complicated brochures online, whilst on the other hand, the buyer expects to be offered a digital experience that he is used to from the business-to-consumer market. And this is where the obvious mismatch arises. As mentioned, the biggest barrier is that thinking that prevails among manufacturing companies that the products are too complex for digital sales. So what these companies need is an online software platform that captures the knowledge of sales and engineering and which can be used as a digital sales channel. Through guided selling, customers can configure a complex product within the limits of engineering. In other words, CPQ software. It is a tool that guides the user throughout complex brochures, whereby the manufacturer can offer them innovative solutions depending on the customer's selected applications. It is important to mention that this CPQ software does not replace your sales force. Absolutely not. The tasks of your sales have been adjusted by the developments of digital sales to a more supporting role, where their strength lies in to give the customer crucial insights, to challenge them and ultimately to close a deal. Instead of increasing the duration of sales processes, digital sales will shorten them. The digital buyer only wants to get in touch with your sales employee much later in the sales process. They must provide your buyer with crucial information at the right touchpoints in order to ultimately close a deal for the right value. Do you want to take the next step and explore the opportunities of creating a digital sales channel for your complex product offering? Let's schedule a quick call and I will tell you all about it.